Hello, and welcome to the March podcast for PPM. And no, if you look back in your records, you'll find that actually we didn't do a February podcast. So this is, I guess I'd call it the February Slant March 2021 podcast. But this is everything. Again, it's been kind of slow, so not a lot of things to talk about in February other than the weather. So again, if you like this video, remember to go down the bottom of it. You'll see a little thumbs up. Click the thumbs up button because we like to see those kind of things. And then click the bell down there for notification. And then you'll be notified when, in fact, a new podcast does come up on our channel. It'll notify you automatically, and we can kind of increase our viewers so that you can see the podcast without getting an email telling you about the podcast. You'll be notified as soon as it comes up. Okay, let's get to our list here. Very first thing on the list is the spike in overdose cases. We've seen a very large spike because of the folks really kind of locked into their houses and the COVID lock-in and shutdowns. A lot more overdoses have occurred. So going out on these cardiac arrests, many of them are tied to overdose. Remember that Narcan is part of the CPR program now. It's in the videos, it's in the material, and make sure that you're teaching that as part of your program. We had trainers, we gave trainers out to you guys at the instructor gathering that we've had and stuff like that. We do have some more trainers in that we can get to you. But remember that it is part of your class. You do need to talk about it and teach it. If your patient is in fact cardiac arrest due to a drug overdose and you use the Narcan, make sure that your class understands the fact that you need to circulate that Narcan in their system, i.e. you need to get it into their lungs, you need to do ventilations and CPR to get that into the body. Once it gets in there, it'll do its job very quickly, but if you just squirt it up the nose and don't do anything else but stand there, it's not going to work. So sometimes our students don't quite understand how that system all works together. So make sure you add that to your program so they understand how to use the Narcan and certainly when to use it. E-store news. We talked before about make sure you subscribe to the store. The reason again for that is that when you place the order, if you put 10 orders in today, we will see your name 10 times. It's 10 different people is how the store sees it. If you subscribe and get your name and your account set up, then when you go in, everything is put under your name, your account, which for tax purposes, it makes it very easy to go back and calculate how many items you bought, how much you spent for your business. Okay, so it makes it so much easier. Also, if you're a nonprofit, by using the right account, will automatically take the tax out of the stuff, so you don't have to worry about the store charging you tax when really you're tax exempt. So the subscribe on the store really kind of solves a lot of problems like that. So please go in and subscribe so we got that taken care of. One of the problems we're running back into, which we haven't seen for a while again, was the fact that if you can't remember your passwords to get back into your American Heart Association network account, what's happening is that some of their people are telling you to just sign up again, which then you get a second number, which then means trying to track what just took place for you can't be seen because that first account number is just sitting there. Nothing's being accessed or used from that account number. And now you're starting like fresh all over again. So no, they can get into your account. They can fix it so you can get back into that account with a temporary password, or you can set a new password. But bottom line is don't start a second account. If you get someone on the phone that tells you, oh no, you got to start a second account, get their name and we will contact their supervisor and find out why they're telling people that yet again. Okay, so we kind of got away with that for a while, and now all of a sudden that's coming back again. So let us know, because that's not how that works. Okay, new Heart Saver material. Yay, new Heart Saver material finally came in. We've got books, videos, and something new is a new thumb drive. Now that's kind of neat because most of your laptops now do not have the ability to put a DVD in. And even if they did, they couldn't play a DVD movie anymore. You had to actually load a special program to be able to watch the movies back on your laptop like you used to. That used to be part of the initial programming, and it's not anymore. But they have come out with the thumb drive. So if your laptop does not have a DVD player, I'm sure it's got a thumb drive. They haven't done away with that. So the thumb drive plugs right in, and that's usable. Now, some folks have gone to streaming. Pros and cons. If you're using a streaming HS Heart Saver video from the American Heart Association, and you're in your facility and you know your Wi-Fi and you got good network and good email, not email, good internet, then guess what? It's going to work just fine for you. But if you're taking the show on the road, then you're at the mercy of whoever's got internet capability wherever you're at. And I went out to work with a class that was doing this at a hotel. Now you would think that the hotel would have good internet capability. However, this thing kept locking up, stopping, going back. It was a complete mess trying to do that class. So I felt sorry for the students and for that instructor that was trying to do this program with a streaming video. So again, it does work in some cases very well, but I would not recommend this for taking it on the road. Now hopefully they're going to come out with the DVD in a thumb drive, because then that solves a lot of problems. So keep your fingers crossed. But the Heart Saver video and stuff, everything is now on thumb drive, and we've got those thumb drives in stock. And if you order them online, we'll probably drop ship it to you, because they're really, the ones we have here in the store are really for those folks coming through the front door that wants to buy it and take it home with them right there. Okay, next item, child mannequin. Now, I've been talking for a while in my monitors and stuff like that with you folks that you really got to have a child mannequin. The Heart years ago came up with the concept that let the adult mannequin play the part as the child. Well, that does and doesn't work. What we're finding is that when I'm monitoring a class and your student goes to do the child procedures, if the child is in fact that size, they're going to be doing everything like the adult. The child warrants that because the child's that size. So really, you got to get the child mannequin. The child mannequin is much smaller. People kind of can relate to that, to see that this is really what I'm going to be looking at. And again, it takes away the mystery of, well, what's it going to look like? Guess what? This is what it's going to look like. So what I'm saying now is, and I've been suggesting this, and now I'm basically saying, this is what I want you to do. You've got until the end of December, the end of this year, to get yourself a child mannequin. So we're doing monitors, not just for our monitors, but for your students. They will have a child mannequin to work with for CPR, for the choking procedure, for actual CPR, starting with the one-handed technique, maybe moving into the two. Bottom line is, get the child mannequin. Okay, we're not going to play this game of, well, I'm thinking of, no, we're thinking about it. Get the child mannequin. Okay, you don't have to get it from us. I'm not saying that, oh, you got to buy, no. I don't care where you get it from. Keep in mind that we only make a couple dollars off of those mannequins. We don't make a fortune. But wherever you can get a good deal on a mannequin, maybe eBay's got one, get it from there. I don't care. Just have a child mannequin to train with. Bag valve mask and AED. One of our students was talking about her. She teaches mostly at a school. And she was talking about, she does all Heart Saver classes. And I said, well, have you ever thought about moving up to basic life support for your school? And she said, well, but they're kids. And I said, well, they're kids, but kids grasp things very quickly. And since you're talking about older than 8 for your schools, then the bottom line is you're talking about a bag valve mask. I said, why not put a bag valve mask with your AED and then train everybody at a basic life support level? And so that's a thought, really, especially even now, since COVID's so active and out there, it's not done yet, that we support using a bag valve mask for your classes, so they're a little bit better ventilation, a little safer for them to ventilate their patient. Just a thought. Okay, next item, Doris Eller. Some of you may know Doris. Doris Ellis has officially retired. I'm going to miss her a lot. She was a great instructor, great individual, has been with us for over 22 years. A lot of our instructors have been with us for a long time, but she said she's giving it her go, and she's going to retire, and literally she's going to do some RVing and travel around the United States and see the US of A. I'm a little bit jealous because I would be loving to do that too, but you know what? She has certainly paid her dues time and time again. Again, not only a fantastic instructor, but just a fantastic person. So again, if you see her out there camping, tell her I said hi, and because again, our instructors are all over the place, so you may run into her out there. If you do, like I said, tell her we said hi from PPM. And for Doris, if you're watching this, fair winds and following seas, and good luck out there on the road. I know you're going to enjoy yourself. Okay, here's some questions that came into us to answer. One is, what happened to our PPM monitor program? And by that, we actually had a program set up. We actually purchased a mapping program that would literally put a little pin in the map of where every one of our instructors were. It then put a separate color pin in the map of where our training center faculty was. We assigned those training center faculty all the students in their area for them to call them and basically be their go-to person for any information they needed, how to help set up classes, to go out and help them with classes. And the reality is not one instructor wanted that training center faculty to help them with anything. Now that kind of blows me away because we really thought that you'd be interested in getting some firsthand information right there in your neighborhood, so to speak. But nobody wanted that. So we basically shut that program down. If you do want to help with monitoring or anything like that, there's a couple ways we can do that. Give us a call. We can still get somebody out to you. But we're not going to have the mapping program and all that cost because nobody's using it. We can also do a monitor program where if you want to shadow one of our classes, we can kind of do a reverse Zoom or a reverse Skype, where we'll set you up Skype, put our camera in the classroom, and you'll actually watch our instructor do the program. So you can kind of see how we do that way. So it's kind of a reverse monitor where you're actually watching us do our class and refreshing yourself that way. So that's a possibility for you too. Let us know. It's not always available because, again, we use that same equipment when we're doing monitors for our instructors. So we have to see when we can do that for you. What does PPM use to book classes? Well, what we use is a program called Enrollware, ENROLLWARE.com, Enrollware. It was actually made for the Heart Association, and it works extremely well. Not too pricey. It's not free, so you got to pay to use it. But it literally stays on 24/7, and you'd be surprised how many people actually sign up for CPR classes at 3 o'clock in the morning. It processes the credit cards. You get an email reminder that a person has signed up for that class. That's neat because if you get that, it'll tell you if the class is full, or you'll see that you've set that class for 6 people and 5 have already signed up. You know you got one more spot open. So it really is cool how it does that. And then at the end of 2 years, it will automatically send an email out to your students reminding them that it's time for an update. Kind of neat. It does a lot of work for you. So it really is worth the money that you spend to do that. Much better program, and you control the program more so than anybody else. Okay, the last little question we get is, can we share your YouTube? And certainly, I'd love you to share the YouTube. You know, everything I kind of talk about here is kind of geared for PPM, but many cases that I discuss, the things that have come out new or things that I don't see change and stuff like that, are really universal and can be information for any CPR instructor anywhere. So sure, you feel free to share. And when you do that, tell them to go ahead and hit the like button and the little notification bell. And that way you don't have to keep sending them the link for the class. Though again, they'll get notification just like yourself that a new podcast is out for the channel. Our channel is CPR Saves. And that's our YouTube channel. And then they'll get one automatically and they can watch it whenever they wish. So that's kind of a neat back door that many people don't realize even exists for YouTube. So again, I want to thank all you folks out there. Hopefully you're staying safe. I just got my shot last Thursday for my first Pfizer shot. I'm scheduled for April 1st for my next Pfizer shot. Took quite some time, and actually that was somebody canceled, and I got the phone call because somebody canceled. So again, thanks for watching, and if there's anything we can do for you, please let us know, and stay safe.